Alright, what's up everybody on YouTube? It's Lucky 13 coming to you today. I'm talking to you about what we did today. Now if you're wondering why am I underneath the trailer, it's because it's hot as shit out there. And it was nice and cool under here. That's why. So to start off with, we came here today and we did just mainly our like beginning truck inspection. So like what you're going to do when you first come up to your truck. As you can tell, I'm outside right now. I just have finished, so I'm going to be uploading all this together in a few minutes. You'll be able to see me actually practicing it and showing you how I actually do it. Now, I'm not telling you I did everything perfect. I probably didn't. I probably missed a few things, but this was just my first attempt, without paper, without cheating or nothing. So, just about another 30 seconds, I'm going to jump over, and you'll actually see the transaction where I'm actually going through it. But yeah, that should be about it. I'll see you at the end of the video, and thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'll see you in a minute. Deuces. Alright you guys, it's Lucky 13 coming to you live. I'm going to do a walkthrough of how to do a proper tractor check off. Like when you first come up to the vehicle. I know I might not get everything right. I'm trying it with no papers, no cheat codes, no nothing. I'm just going off what I've learned so far this morning. Let's see how it goes. Alright, when you first show up at the truck, you want to be sure that your that your clearance lights are working properly, that your headlights look good. You don't have any oil or any leakage underneath the truck showing that you've got leaks anywhere. When you show up over here, you're going to go to your water pump. You're going to make sure your water pump looks good, that you ain't got no leaks coming out of your oil pump. You're going to check your alternator, make sure all your wires is hooked properly. You're going to check the slack on the belt. Be sure you got anywhere from 1/2 to 3/4 inch of give on it. Any more than that, you need to get it checked. You're going to check your oil level, see if it's between add and full. If it's not on this side, go ahead over there and check it on the other side. After you finish that, you want to go to your exhaust. On your exhaust, you want to be looking for soot anywhere. You want to be looking for dents, cracks. You actually want to follow that all the way down, over into the back. As you can tell, this thing right here would desperately need working on. I mean, it's about had it. Anyways. Alright, after you get done with that, you want to come to the opposite side of the tractor. From this side of the tractor, you're going to want to immediately look at your air compressor. Be sure that your air compressor's fine. You don't see no hoses messed up or hear any leaks. You want to check your coolant level. Now, after you check your coolant level, you want to look down, make sure there ain't no leaks in the coolant. You want to check your steering linkage. This right here is your steering linkage, which leads to your steering box. You want to check your power steering fluid. Be sure that's good. I'm going to actually follow this on down and make sure that it looks good. Be sure all my bolts are connected like they need to. Check my spring mount and my springs. I'm going to check my suspension and make sure that looks fine. I'm going to actually follow that over from the brake line to the braking chamber. I'm going to check my slack adjuster and push rod. And there I actually want to be checking, I think it's called the brake shoe, braking shoe and brake hub or pad. No, yeah, that's it. Braking pad. Be sure you got about 1/4 inch on that. Be sure that there ain't no dents, warps, or re-welds on the actual the rim itself. You're actually going to come over here to the front. You're going to be sure that your nuts are connected properly. Yeah, I know. Make sure there ain't no rust showing around it. And about your tires, be sure your tire looks like it's supposed to, having up to 4 3/32 of an inch, however you want to say that. Your tire pressure needs to be between 100 to 110 psi. You actually make sure or check your the axle hub, and be sure that's mounted properly. Be sure it's got enough oil in it. Oh no, I checked the bolts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Make sure they're on there properly, no leakages or anything. Let's see, when you actually get to the door, you want to make sure that your door is mounted properly. Be sure the weather seal is proper up there. You want to check your turning signal and your mounts. So when you're standing, you're going to be checking your fuel cap. Be sure your fuel cap's like it's supposed to be. You're going to be checking your gas tank. Be sure the gas tank looks good, it's mounted properly. Typically your fire extinguisher is going to be in here, but if it's not, go ahead over here to your side box while you're checking for your triangles, your fire extinguisher, anything safety wise you might want to put in there. Once you get done with that, you're actually going to come back here to your air supplies for your braking system and your electrical. You'll be sure that these don't have any wear and tear or any whatever you want to call it. Be sure that the seal is proper on it. Be sure that your hoses don't have no leaks in them. You want to check your catwalk. Be sure your catwalk looks good, and you want to check your whatever it's called, freaking drive shaft. Yeah, you want to check your drive shaft. Be sure that's good. And from your drive shaft, you actually come back over here to your spring mount. Yeah, to your spring mounts and your extra springs. And I'll finish up this springs. So what you want to do then is you want to go to your shock absorbers. Them things right there, that's yellow and red. After you check them, you're going to go to your air suspension. After you've checked your air suspension, I actually like coming around over here to the braking chamber. Same thing as the other ones, just a little bit bigger. Check your slack adjusters and push rods. You want to check your braking shoes and hubs. Let's see. Trying to think about what else we would need up here. Yeah, after you finish with all that, that should be everything. You just want to check your rims like we did on the first one. Be sure that they're not bent or cracked. Check the spacing between the wheels, which you can't check on this one obviously because this one's just to show you what it looks like on the inside. Correct. But yeah, check your drive tires, the mud flaps, and that's everything for this part. And all that you got then is your fifth wheel. You want to be sure that your locking jaw looks good, that's attached to your kingpin and apron properly. Now obviously this don't have the trailer on it, so it's not there right this second. Now you're actually going to check your platforming and mounting bolts. You want to check your fifth wheel locking pins, which if the trailer was on it you'd be able to see it and everything. But from there you want to check your release arm, which is right here. And that's it, honestly. You've got your whole setup for the back end. Oh, excuse me. Almost forgot the most important part, your backlights. You check your backlights, your four-ways, and your reflectors. But I hope this video was helpful to you. I'm also doing it for myself for a review before the test comes up. But when I get ready to do more, I'll show you, and I might actually take you over there and show you the trailer half of it. The trailer half's honestly easy. If you've got this part, you've got the trailer. Anyways, I'll see you in a minute. Deuces. Okay, this is gonna be the last part of checking over your truck. You've done checked the engine to make sure that everything looks good in there so far as your levels, leakage, make sure all your stuff is like it's supposed to be. You've done checked down the side of your truck, make sure all your turn signals work, everything's shutting well, and you know what I'm saying. You done watched that part. Right now I'm just babbling. Okay. Now when you get ready to come to your trailer, you want to check the clearing lights to make sure they're good. You're going to want to be sure that your headboard doesn't have any dents or is not, you know, like freaking warped out or nothing. And you're going to actually look down the side of your trailer, and you want to be sure that it's straight, that there's no big ass damn dents in it or anything. You're also going to look at your DOT lines. That's these little shiny things that's right here. You want to follow them all the way down. Just be sure that they're visible and look good. While you're looking down there, why don't you go ahead and check your landing gear and make sure that looks good. That's going to be your next step. See, I like taking this in sections. After you've done look the whole trailer down and your clearing lights and everything's good, keep on moving. Okay, your landing gear looks good. And then you want to check your turn signal, your ABS light, which is back there. And then once you get done with that, you're actually going to come to your spring mounts and your spring. You want to be sure that your spring mounts look good and that your spring looks well, no cracks, no parts broken on it or anything. Then once you get done with that, you're going to check your tangulum release. And if you don't know what that is, it's just like your your king wheel up there. It actually slides back and forth. That's this thing right here that goes all the way down. So these two wheels right here can actually slide back and forth depending on what kind of load weight you're dealing with. So make sure that's stabilized. If not, you're gonna be in a world of trouble when you take off and this thing slams into the rear of it. Okay, after that, let's actually go under here. Alright, you want to look and make sure that your brake hoses looks good and your brake chambers looks good. Them same things. I don't know how well the light's gonna show up in here, but it's the same as on the freaking tractor. Okay, after that's good, you want to do the same thing that you do with the brake chambers. You're going to check your slack adjusters and push rods. You're going to check your brake shoes and your brake drums. You're going to check the rims for anything that's in there, in between there, that's going to cause you issues. And make sure that your tires are not touching. And then after you get done with that, you're actually going to go to the outside and you're going to check for what's it called? You want to check your hubs, be sure they're good, be sure all your nuts looks good on that. And you're going to be checking your tires, same thing. Be sure that they're the appropriate, you have the appropriate amount of air in them. So in other words, if it has 90 psi up in there, you might want to check that out because it's not going to be good. Alright, after you get done with that, you're actually going to go to the rear of your trailer. And be sure that the door looks good. Be sure it's like it's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? It's not popped open halfway or nothing. Excuse me. Sorry about that, you guys. Somebody was asking me something. Anyways, he can figure it out. He's a genius. Alright, you want to be sure that your clearance lights looks good. After you do that, you make sure your door chains are on properly like they're supposed to be, which they're not on this one. You want to check your reflective tape and your tail lights. And honestly, after you get done with that, you be sure that all these are secure. And like I said, be sure your door shuts well. Be sure that your chains is all hooked up like they're supposed to be. You should be pretty much done with your truck. And if you got all that, then you're pretty solid. Anyways, thank you guys so much. This has been my tutorial of a pre-truck inspection. Go back, review it, read your book, get a good idea. You'll get it figured out. Alright, you guys, well, I gotta roll out and I'll catch you at the end. Deuces. Alright, what's up everybody on YouTube? It's Lucky 13 coming to you today. I'm talking to you about what we did today. Now if you're wondering why am I underneath the trailer, it's because it's hot as shit out there. And it was nice and cool under here. That's why. So to start off with, we came here today and we did just mainly our like beginning truck inspection. So like what you're going to do when you first come up to your truck. As you can tell, I'm outside right now. I just have finished. So I'm going to be uploading all this together in a few minutes. You'll be able to see me actually practicing it and showing you how I actually do it. Now, I'm not telling you I did everything perfect. I probably didn't. I probably missed a few things, but this was just my first attempt without paper, without cheating or nothing. So, just about, another 30 seconds, I'm going to jump over and you'll actually see the transaction where I'm actually going through it. But, yeah, that should be about it. I'll see you at the end of the video, and thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'll see you in a minute. Deuces.